Congresswoman Ross Littman, you were
Thank
born
you.
in Havana, Cuba, and you and your family were forced to flee to the United States, where you settled in Miami. You also attended Southside Elementary School in Little Havana, and you went on to earn a doctorate in education from the University of Miami.
Yep.
You also began your career as a certified Florida teacher. You also founded and served as a principal and teacher.
I sound pretty good.
Yeah. And he also founded and served as the principal and teacher of a private bilingual elementary school. You also later became the first woman in the history of the United States Congress to chair the House Committee on Foreign Affairs.
Yes, I like it.
Given that you were one of the few members of Congress who has a background in education, I wanted to interview you for my Bullyvention website.
Good.
I know you also have far-reaching influence around the world as a result of your work in foreign affairs. So I'm interested in hearing your views about how teens and the government can work together to prevent bullying.
Wonderful. How old are you?
I'm 13.
13.
Yeah.
How mature. Thank you.
I'd also like to know if you can offer some suggestions about how victims of bullying can become survivors, and do you have any personal stories to share?
Well, thank you very much. Well, I think bullying is a very important topic for today's teenagers and young adults, and even into adulthood and senior citizens like I am, because there's a tendency in some people to pick on others because they are insecure themselves for whatever reason, and in order to inflate their sense of self, then they harass someone else because of their ethnicity, because of their color, because of their religion, because of where they live, whatever, for whatever reason. And I think that people need to understand that words are weapons, and that we need to treat each other with respect. And I hope that this generation, you're only 13, and you have an awareness of what bullying is. In my time, I'm 61, that was called horsing around and kids play, and people did not take it as seriously, but your wounds would be very deep, and people would get made fun of in my community because they had a thick accent when they spoke English. So it's really nasty business, bullying. Yeah. Now, what your generation has, as enlightened as you are, but what your generation has that my generation did not way back when, is that you have social media. And that can be a tool for good, but it can also be a wicked thing. And on the internet and on Facebook, kids say terrible things to each other. And I think that it's up to student leaders like you to put an end to bullying and to set the tone in the school. That's the right tone. I've been to schools where you can tell that the principal and the teachers and the administration doesn't take it seriously. And they'll say, oh, boys will be boys, that's no problem. Or your kid was asking for it. That's terrible, where the student feels like there's nobody there looking out for them. So your generation is more aware of it, but you have more tools at your disposal to harass children and students and your fellow classmates, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm encouraging teens to raise their pens, to write their members of Congress, and to be an activist and demand action. Will you raise your pen and share your story for our site too?
Sure, I'll be glad to. I can
also want to show you my website.
Let me see.
Okay. So.
Wow, did you put that together?
Yeah.
You did?
Yep. So
I think you have to go in House Public, is it, or is it Bullyvention?
Yeah,
wow,
that's the
wonderful.
Website. So I have an About Me page, a Bully
Let's
Facts.
See.
Yeah, you can click on it, but there's no internet. So.
Oh, this internet.
Yeah. You can see the different slides that comes up. Raise your pen.
Golly.
Stop bullying now. And then there's this one I had.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. And then I have an About Me page, and I have.
So you are. How do you say your
posts.
name?
Viraj.
Viraj.
Mm-hmm.
Viraj Puri. I'm an Indian American. I'm 13. I've created a teen blog for bully prevention. Yes. The main point of my blog is to use technology, good, to bring lawmakers and teens together. Because bullying is such a widespread problem in our nation, my blog trends from, yes, end the bully season. This is very good. Introduction of bullyvention. Finally, site is online. Wow.
So there's even a part where people like teens who want to share their stories, they can.
I was in this press conference.
Oh, this isn't one picture. This is two
Oh,
pictures
this is
stitched
two
together,
different
yeah.
ones. I see. But we've had a couple of good press conferences on bullying.
Yep.
And what school do you go to?
I go to Kilmer Middle School.
Where's that?
That's in Vienna.
Oh, good, in
Yeah.
Virginia.
Yeah, in Virginia.
And the school is helping you out with this?
No.
You're doing it on your own?
Yeah, because like my
Because
school.
it's summer.
Yeah. In my school, it's racially diverse. There are people like there are two programs: the advanced academics program and there's a normal education program. So the advanced academics program is really like clean because there's a bunch of different races and diversity. But then the normal education, there's people from how do I say it? Like racially not, like the richest counties in Virginia. So then there's a lot of bullying in that.
So there are a lot of divisions and a
Yeah.
lot of bullying.
Yeah, and then my brother, when he was also growing up,
How old?
my brother's 16 right now. He went to a really bad middle school because he was in a different program than me, and that was a different time. So he used to get bullied a lot in 8th grade and 7th grade. So my parents had to talk to the principal a lot. So
And was
that's
the
why-
principal understanding?
Yeah, I mean
Good.
they stopped it, but it was not really a good principal because the bullies would continue to do it, and my brother would tell the principal, and then he wouldn't really do anything, and he'd have to live through the entire middle
That
school.
is just not right. Yeah,
Yeah.
teachers and administrators, they make a difference. You've got to be a leader, and that sets the tone for the school.
Yeah.
And then if the administration sets the tone, students would not be doing this. Your site is going to make a real difference.
I hope so. That's what I'm aiming for. Yep.
That is great.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry we live in a bunker here.
Mhm.
We get but that is great. End the bully season, introduction of bullyvention. How did you come up with those terms?
With the term bullyvention,
Yeah.
I thought of intervention and then bully. Or you can't really scroll through
yeah.
the website because
But every one of those would have it.
it works. If you just
So tell me how you came up with bullyvention.
like it started out with the idea of finding out a way because this is during a time when Facebook was getting really big and then the social media Instagram was also getting really big. So that's when I decided I could bring together all the social media and stuff. Try and like bring in ways so that teens can use technology to share
Yes.
their stories. And then it started out the idea that my brother was getting bullied, so I wanted a way for teens to be able to share.
How's he doing now?
He's in, have you heard of TJ high school? It's the second best high school in the nation.
Good.
So he's like,
I'm from Miami, so I don't know.
yeah. So it's a good school because it's really
Good.
clean. There's not any bullying at all. Like in the
Good.
school. Yeah. So
Makes a difference. Are you gonna go there too?
you have to apply.
Oh.
Yeah. It's not a private school. It's a public school, but you still have to apply.
But it's still have to apply.
Yeah. You got to take like a test, essays, student recommendations, or teacher
Oof.
recommendations, and
But
tests.
this is a good project. This will get you open up some doors
Yeah.
for you. So you're gonna write up your project, or you're gonna what are you gonna do with the video?
That's gonna be uploaded to the website.
Good.
So
So,
that other
when I
teams-
look it up sometime next week, it'll
Yeah.
be there.
It'll be there.
Future President of the United States of America. And I'm going to say, I know this guy. I remember when he was 13 years old. And he had this program called Bullyvention. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for what you're
doing.
doing.
Oh.
And setting a good example for this next generation.
Thank you. Thank you for being able to give me a chance to.
Soon,
have
it'll be a
video.
thing of the past, we hope.
Yeah,
And people will say, what? They used to do that to people? That's terrible.
that's what I'm aiming for this website too.
Good for you.
Thank
You're going to make a difference. You could save somebody's life.
I hope so.
Sure.
Yep.
Some kids get harassed to death, sadly. All right,
All right,
thank you.
Thank you.
All right.